So you from the tribe of Benjamin.
That's right.
The tribe of Benjamin. What's one of the things that Jamaicans are well known for? Yeah, besides that. Food. What about their music?
Parties.
What about their music?
Hey, music is good. Rock, reggae.
So what do they talk about in reggae?
It depends. We talk about love. We talk about life. We talk about...
Y'all also talk a whole lot about God.
I mean...
A whole lot. I'm talking about from retro reggae to current reggae.
That's true. They do. They do.
New age reggae is more geared toward partying now.
They just don't say it in the words like, hey God, I love you.
Yeah, they say Jah.
The meaning I understand.
Right.
Like talking about life and understanding and praying. I understand.
Right. So the nation of Israel that we come from, because Jamaican means what? Jamaica. The word Jamaica means what? It means land of wood and water. Yeah, look it up. Makes sense though, don't it? The island is wood and water, basically. It's the land of wood and water. But guess what? Biblically, that's the tribe of Benjamin. Come over here and see this sign right quick. On this sign right here, we got the 12 tribes of Israel, right? On the left side, you got the biblical names of who we are. On the right side, you got what white folk call us. So you from the West Indies, your father from the West Indies. And your mother is from Haiti, right? So that means she's a Levite. You know Moses was a Levite, right? Yeah. The book of Moses in the Bible was a Levite. Paul was a Benjamite. You know about Paul, right? You don't know about Paul? The Apostle Paul was one of the latter disciples of Christ. After Christ died, he got knocked off the horse and was started teaching the scriptures, showing everybody who Christ was. A lot of Christianity used Paul's letters not knowing what they mean. Now watch this. Go to Romans 11 and 1. I'm going to show you a little bit about your forefathers. This is your history. This is not a mystical book. This is not a book of fantasy or fairy tale. It's actual history. You know what I'm saying? Actual history. The only difference is, when we was overtaken, they took our book.
Right.
Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 11 and verse 1. I said then, had God cast away his people?
God did not cast away the Israelites.
That's
God's people. We. Not nobody else. God don't love everybody. God's not for everybody. Read.
God forbid.
Read.
For I also am an Israelite
Paul said, I'm also an Israelite, read.
Of the seed of Abraham.
Uh-huh.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
He was from what tribe? Benjamin. That's your tribe. That's the same man that you come from. Same one. What color do you think Paul was? How do you know that? Now, obviously, you're black. If you're black and that's your forefather, he got to be black too, right? Watch this. Acts 21. Acts 21. I'm going to show you something. Paul was mistaken for something. You got that? Yeah. Read.
The book of Acts, chapter 21, verse 37. And as Paul was led to be as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, may I speak unto thee?
So Paul was in jail, right? Paul was in jail. You ever been in jail before? Good. Good. Paul was in jail, but he was in jail for teaching the word of God. And he said to the captain, hey, let me talk to you right quick. And what did the captain say?
Who said, canst thou speak Greek?
Because that's what Paul was speaking. He was speaking Greek to him. Read.
Art not thou that Egyptian which before these days madest an uproar and led us out into the wilderness?
So what did he call Paul just now? Read that. Art not thou what?
Art not thou that Egyptian?
What did he call Paul? Why did he call Paul an Egyptian? Why did he think he was an Egyptian? Because of the darkness of his skin. The darkness, you know, Egyptians was black. But guess what? They thought Paul was an Egyptian. Before the Arab Republic of Egypt came to be, where you have a bunch of Arabs in Egypt, everybody knew that the Egyptians was black. And Paul, a Benjamite from the nation of Israel, he was mixed up and thought that he was an Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because guess what? God don't love everybody. Christ is not a white man. God didn't choose everybody. He only chose the nation of Israel. Y'all, you, and the rest of us, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. And guess what? If we don't repent and start changing our ways, we're going to die with the same people out here that hate us. Hey, what's going on, bro? What's happening? Okay, what's your nationality? Okay, you see this map right here? Where is the country of black? Nowhere. So, what nation of people do you come from? Because it ain't black. There's no. Africa is a white man's name, Leoscipius Africanus, and Africa's a continent with a lot of countries inside of it. So, what country? What nation? Nah, we neither. Watch this. Galatians 4:26. We are neither African nor American. Because guess what? As dark as you are, if you take yourself to Ghana, Africa right now, or Nigeria right now, they're going to call you a white man.
Where you from?
From here.
Like New Orleans?
Yeah.
Alright, so if you leave New Orleans, go to Arkansas, raise your kids up in Arkansas, your kids from Arkansas and New Orleans.
What difference do it make?
It's the same.
No.
You raised up here. It took you to raise here. So like me, and we still Benny, travel Benny, you know what I'm saying? We from them, but we got 10 people there, but we got
Even Benin, and even Fulani, and even Igbo, and even Yoruba, those are not their original names. Yoruba comes from the Hebrew word Jeraham, from the children of Jeraham. Igbo comes from Hebrew or Eber. So listen, what I'm showing you is we're not African. Watch this, read that.
The book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all.
The mother of us all is Jerusalem. That northeast part of Africa, right here on the tip, that's where we from. That's where black people are from. 70 AD came, and guess what? The Roman armies came down and tried to do something to Jerusalem. We ran into Africa. You wanna know why we ran into Africa? Because the Israelites was black and we hid among black people.
Right?
yeah, so
But guess what? You know what happened when we got to Africa? Give me that Arab slave trade.
we got traded for guns.
Yeah, we ain't get traded for guns, not that point in Africa.
We got sold.
It's called the Sub-Saharan slave trade, where we was traded from over here to over here. The Arabs and the Africans sold us. You know what they call us over there in Africa? They call us the people of the book.
Yeah.
They know that there's a difference between y'all and them. Y'all skin don't even look the same.
Right.
Black people over here, black people, y'all have like olive oil type skin. You know what I mean by that? It's shiny, it has life in it. Them real Africans over there that's taking baths in cow urine, they don't have that kind of skin.
So what's the name?
I'm gonna show you. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Start at verse 1, matter of fact. The name of us is Israel.
Bring it up.
That's who our name is. You know what Israel means? Prince that had power with God.
That's right.
That's who we are. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
This is Moses talking to the children of Israel. He said, if you listen to God, what's going to happen?
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
What's your name?
Cortez.
Cortez?
Yeah.
Cortez, are we above all nations right now?
We supposed to be. It's our black regime.
I mean, we could think we are, but our thoughts don't mean nothing. Just like a lot of people say, oh, y'all racist. How? I could say I hate white people all day. Is that going to affect how they work? Is that going to affect where they live? Is that going to affect where their kids go to school? Is that going to affect whether they go to jail or not? No. But if a white person say I hate black people, what do they have the power to do? They could call the police on us, get us thrown in jail. They could tell us where we can and can't live, where we can and can't go to school, where we can and can't work, how much we can get paid, how much we can't get paid.
So the point of preaching this is basically saying that where you come from.
Yes, we need to teach our history. You want to know why? Because in order to know where we got to go, we got to know where we came from. We have to teach our history because our history was taken from us. Right? Like, how long y'all been married?
Like 3 years.
3 years. All praises. That's fairly a new marriage. Guess what? A lot of people don't do what y'all did.
Yeah, we've been together for about 14,
You know what I'm saying? But how many of our people, as a whole, are married? 20%. 30%. I'm gonna round up. 30% of our people are married. That means out of 10 people, of our people, 7 of them ain't married. They all having sex though. You know what I'm saying? We're more willing to be parents than to be a spouse. You know what I'm saying? That's a problem. So he said if we listen to God, we're going to be above all nations. And at one point in time we was. We was above all nations. We was kings, right? Remember that? Read verse 15. Let's see what happened. Let's see the flip side of that.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If we don't listen to God, y'all got kids?
Yeah.
If your kids don't listen to you, I'm going to do it with you. If your kids don't listen to you, what happens? You tell them, look, I want you to clean your room. I want you to wash the dishes. I want the trash taken out. When I get home, it better be done. You come home after a hard day of work and none of it's done. Room messy, trash filled up, dishes piled up. What you going to do? And you can be honest. We was raised on ass whoopings. It ain't going to offend us.
Well, now
God, there you go. Tear that ass up.
I ain't gonna lie. Now, my kids young.
But you are. See, that's why I started with him. Because he's going to be mad. And you going to pick up the slack. You know what? I got you. Don't worry about it, babe. I'm going to handle it.
I mean,
Hey, mama, what you going to do? Tear that ass up.
I mean, they get their ass whooped if they, bring bad home to school, bad grades to school or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
Right there.
I use the house stuff because house chores is something that kids need to get back to.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But if they brought home F's and D's, what's going to happen? You tell them, go to school and study and do your homework and your classwork and do what you're supposed to do and bring home good grades, right? They bring home D's and F's, they got bad reports, they got teachers morphs talking about they talking in class, they a class clown, all kind of stuff. What's going to happen?
Don't get punished for it.
We get a punishment. Guess what? God gave us an ultimatum. He said, listen, you do what I say to do, I'm going to put you above everybody. I'm going to take care of you. You ain't got to worry about nothing. But if you don't, there's going to be some punishments. And you think God is going to punish us? Nah. He going to use them to punish us.
Right.
He going to use them white folks that took us over here in slavery to punish us. That's what he going to do. The colonizers. He going to use them to punish us.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.